Hello viewers, back here at the ZigWheels headquarters. We are burning the midnight oil once again. We just come back from Jaipur, riding the Harley-Davidson new X440.
Yep.
I've got Varun here with me. He's making his debut at the ZigAnalysis. Yeah. Let's just get into the motorcycle. Now both of us have ridden this bike for a half an hour or so.
About an hour, it's not a really long time, but a good 1 hour to experience the motorcycle.
But everything that we saw was quite promising.
Yes, that's right.
Let's start with the sweetest thing about this bike, the engine.
Yeah.
Now, looking at the specs, it seems a rather simple 440cc, 2-valve, air oil cooled, not making too much power or 27 odd bhp. And torque, they claim to be the torquiest in the class, but it's just by 1 Nm more, so 38 Nm.
But it's still a claim, claim's a claim.
But the way it rides, it's quite an enjoyable motorcycle.
In fact, a lot of people were also asking why not liquid cooling.
Yeah.
And there are two reasons for that. We'll talk about the second thing later in this video, and that is price.
Of course.
But the primary thing is, look at the specs. It's not making like an enormous amount of power and torque. It's making decent amount of power and torque for what is a 440cc motorcycle.
And it's a retro roadster in that sense. It's meant to be a chill vibe. It's not meant to be too chill.
Yeah. Like, and that sort of translates to the riding experience as well. It's got a lot of punch in the bottom end. The mid-range is also strong. It lacks the top end, but you know, even I said it in the power video, it doesn't need to have a top end.
Exactly.
It's a very easy to ride motorcycle.
6 speeds, a 6-speed gearbox.
That's right.
And it was cruising comfortably at 110, 120 kmph.
Yeah.
Minimal vibes.
Yeah.
It's not like vibes are gone. It's a big lumpy single cylinder engine, for God's sake. So you're going to have vibes. But it's not harsh, it's not prominent. And in that sense, it was smooth. Yeah, the 6th gear is an overdrive, so highway only. So in case if you get stuck out on the highway, I think you'll have to downshift to 4 to get back the momentum and make that quick overtakes. But in that sense, it was such a nice, sweet motorcycle, sweet engine.
You know, the 6th gear sort of reminds me of the Highness.
That's not a good analogy to come begin with.
Yeah, but still, I mean, the first 4-5 gears take so much of the load, and you are almost hitting top speed in the first 5 gears of the X440, and it's that 6th gear is literally for highway cruising. So slot that in and you're good to go.
So on the GoPro footage, I don't know if it'll pop up right now, but I saw 133 in 5th. I slotted into 6th and then it went 132, 131, 130 and I'm like, okay. That's the thing. But even for that matter, if I were to commute, 6th gear, 45-50 kmph and it's pulling along nicely. It's not zipping away, it's not going to go away, but it's chugging along. It's not bogging, it's not shuddering in that sense. And did you like the gearbox?
I did. Not just the gearbox, but the clutch as well. And I just want to add in one thing real quick. We weren't able to really test thermal management, but that is something that Jehan will do for ZigWheels, I'll do for Power. That's for later. But I think overall, in terms of feeling, it's a very nice, pleasant, enjoyable motorcycle, especially from the engine.
Light clutch.
Very light clutch.
Slip and assist, very light clutch. Very unlike Harley. In that sense. And another thing which is unlike Harley, and that's obvious, is the sound. Okay, let's make it clear. It doesn't sound like potato.
It cannot. It's not a twin.
Of course. Okay. And whatever they say, they try to mimic Harley's sound. It isn't.
No, it's not.
Do you like the sound though?
Yes, I do. I do. It's loud. I mean, when you look at it, there's only so much that you can do from a single cylinder. So what the brand has tried to do is sort of play around with the exhaust, which is the sore thing in terms of appearance. But what that has done is just produced a very different sound. It might sound familiar, something that you've heard on maybe 350s in the past. I like it. I don't think you do.
I don't. The reason why I don't like it is because it's an engineered sound. They've tried to force it to sound like that. If they would have stuck to it, if they would have let the engine sound what it is meant to, like Royal Enfield, I'm bringing up the classic 350 here, they could have engineered their classic to sound like the old classic, but they didn't, because they wanted a new experience. And in that sense, if this bike wanted to bring its own character, own audio, it would have been better. Right now, it's going a little into that, again, bad analogy, but it's Honda CB350.
In some ways,
that forced loud exhaust note, because when we saw the Honda, yes, brilliant exhaust, but it gets painful, it gets irritating over time. And that is something which I don't hope is similar for the Harley. But the engine is not the only good thing, right? For this bike.
Yep.
Especially once we moved from the high-speed section onto the handling section.
Yeah, it was so much
Oh
fun.
my God. Like a Harley that can handle well.
Yeah.
It's not too sporty, but it's properly sporty.
I agree. And you know, one of the things that you sort of miss with roadsters in the country today is that added sportiness. I mean, yes, they will do the job. They will be great commuters. If you want to take it on the highway, they will sort of take up that part of the job as well. But in terms of just being a little more engaging, a little more fun, having a little more drama, the X440 sort of covers that.
Yeah, so in my thing, it's like it's not doing one thing very well. Like the Classic is an easygoing motorcycle.
Yeah.
Okay, the Java is pure sporty. Here, this is sort of a mid-level where it's doing the chill. You want to chill, ride comfortably, take the corners nicely, it'll do.
Yeah.
You want to push, it'll do that. And that's because that chassis is so beautifully designed.
Yeah.
It's in fact, I think it's capable of taking in more load, more agility. What limits it are the pegs, but we'll get to that soon. But in that sense, even the suspension setup, it's not the firm setup.
Yeah,
it's a little plush. We didn't get bad roads to ride, but it's plush, but it allows you to push the bike into the bends. And overall, in that sense, I got a sense of confidence to push that bike.
Yeah. Like you rightly said, we didn't get a chance to ride it over bad roads, but you know, we rode it around the handling track. And that is also where I understood how planted the suspension is.
Yes.
There's not a lot of movement. Once you go into a corner, it'll hold the line, it'll stay planted.
Yeah.
It'll take the corner with so much confidence.
Yeah.
And all of this is, you know, sort of hinting me towards, and it did back at CIT as well. It's such a surprise.
Yes.
Nobody's expecting it to be this level of good, and it is.
Look at the specs. Again, over here, chassis, tubular steel trellis, 43 mm USD fork, and
It's a
twin
very
shocks.
simple setup.
Twin shocks, preload adjustment, twin shocks. And you look at it, it's not, but ride experience.
Yeah,
it
that's
just,
what matters.
It's more than the sum of its part. Is the feeling is something. And to their credit, those MRF tires, specially designed for this bike, they work pretty well. Like they look like those Pirellis which came on the first gen Interceptor.
That's what I thought it was initially.
But they are far from those because they are so grippy. They provide so much traction. Never did they break traction.
No, never.
Okay. Even when I was braking hard, never did they feel wishy-washy at the front.
Nothing.
And it was solid.
Yeah.
Right? Brakes, did you like them?
Personally, I feel it does not have the strongest bite. It's not like a super sport. It's a roadster.
But
at
it
the end
doesn't
of the
need
day.
to be also.
Exactly. And it doesn't need to be. It's got a really nice feeling over the brakes. Not just from the front, but from the rear as well. I've got no big complaints. Personally, because I think you and I also like to go a little fast. Maybe I would have preferred at least a little more bite, but I don't think I have any big complaints here.
And more so, we couldn't test ABS calibration again because it was
very short.
Brilliant track. Brilliant tarmac. You are a 6-footer or slightly more than 6 foot. I am 5 feet 9 inches. But ergonomics wise, I swung my leg over the bike and I didn't feel out of place. It was just right for me. How was it for you?
Similarly, I mean, for my frame, a lot of the motorcycles, especially the ones that are made in India, feel a little small. And I was hoping it does feel small. I looked at the pictures and I was like, okay, the motorcycle does look small, but ergonomically, it was really comfortable. I think the upright handlebar, the seat, not just the way the seat is placed, but it's also the foam in the seat, the way the pegs are placed. It's not too sporty, it's not too cruiser. I feel it's just right. So, in terms of the rider's triangle as well, I think it's really well suited for a lot of riders.
In the bike, you're not sitting like this.
You're
sitting like this.
Like straight. Comfortable. I think that's the key word.
This is comfort. And like I said, bars are very neatly placed. Seat is nice. The pegs. Now, that is what is limiting the sportiness of it. Because I was grinding the pegs left, right. Everybody was. To an extent that almost we finished off the feelers, we reached the rubber sole. And it was that, and some people were scraping exhausts, but that's another thing. But the seat foam, like you said, it's soft, but that is okay for these short rides. I might see a problem once you take it out for a long duration. When you're doing,
it might be too soft.
Once you take it out for say a 1,000-kilometer a day ride or something, it just might turn out to be a little too soft, and then back aches and everything up. But we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll test it out in a proper road test. Features wise, again, Harley has knocked it out. Okay, auto headlight.
Sensing, yeah.
Auto sensing headlight. So basically, if it is daytime, it'll go into DRL mode.
That's right.
If it is night, it uses
switch
the
on the
ambient
light.
sensor and it becomes low beam, and you can basically fit it on and you can switch it off as well in case if you want to. Turn by turn navigation standard across the board.
Yes.
Music control standard across the board.
Yep.
What do you not like though?
Quality.
Yeah.
I think that's really the talking point. In fact, that is probably the one big complaint that I have when it comes to the X440.
Okay, is it bad?
No, it's not bad, but there is
You know
scope,
why
and
I'm
I
saying
feel
it?
the improvement can be a lot
Yes.
more.
The reason why I'm asking is because, yes, it is not as premium as you expect from big burly Harley-Davidsons, what the brand is known for. But it's not as disappointing as the Street 750 was.
Okay.
For me, the Street 750 had lots of wires sprawled around everywhere. The plastics were... bleh. And overall, you got a Harley, but it didn't feel like a Harley. This is somewhat a Harley, that feel. Especially the S trim.
Yeah.
Those machine finished stuff, the 3D logos and everything.
Yeah,
It
looks
feels
neat.
like a Harley.
Yeah, it feels like a Harley. And talking about plastic as well, this motorcycle is hardly using plastic anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, Harley wanted to continue with, because one of the questions that
Heavy
I asked
metal.
was, exactly, one of the questions that I asked was, why not use plastic? Because it is going to reduce the weight of the motorcycle. I was like, we wanted it to be a Harley. And that's why there's use of metal. It's not compromising anything, but it's just metal.
Yeah.
It looks good, sounds good when you tap on
So
it.
I hope that part finish
Yeah.
and everything improves over time.
Yeah.
Okay, we might have been reading nearly the finished prototypes or whatnot.
yeah.
I hope that what you guys actually get to buy are better versions. And speaking of versions, there are 3.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Denim, which is the base,
2.29.
2.29.
Yep.
You get spoke rims and tube tires, not tubeless.
Yes.
That mustard yellow, I'm not a big fan
Nah,
of it.
neither am I.
Okay.
It's not the
And,
Harley color.
then you get the Vivid,
That's the
which is
mid-spec.
my pick of the 3, 2.49 lakh. You get alloy wheels. You get that lovely red color.
Yeah.
There is also grey option, and you don't get the fancy frilly bits, which the S gets. Another 20,000 rupees more. 2.69 lakh. You get diamond cut alloys, machine finish, engine fins, bronze casing,
The
3D
3D
logo,
emblem and all of that. That's my
and
favorite, by the way.
Harley's connected tech, which you can immobilize the engine on the go or whatnot, but those are frilly features. So 20,000 rupees more if you want to spend for that, you go ahead. I would suggest save those 20,000, spend on
The mid-spec
accessories.
is what you're saying?
Yeah.
No, not bad.
Spend on accessories because you're coming into the Harley folklore. You're supposed to customize your bike. You're supposed to make it personal, right?
And talking about accessories, there are about 15 odd accessories that will pop up on the website soon. So in case you're interested in buying the motorcycle, check out the accessory section as well. Is the quality the only thing that you do not like?
Quality is the only thing I don't like. What I'm apprehensive about is the current dealership and network. for it.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
So right now there are only 13 Harley dealerships.
That's right.
Hero is saying that it is not this bike is not only going to be present at these 13, but at Hero premium dealers.
Yeah.
Now this is where a little red flag thought pops up in my brain because A, you're selling a Harley at a Hero dealership. It might be a premium experience, but are you going to set up the spare parts? B, are you going to set up the service network for it to be as good? And C, are you going to train those service people to offer a premium service experience? Because A, you're coming into the Harley family. You're not coming to a Hero dealership, you're coming into a Harley family. You want a premium experience there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You know, a lot of these things will be known later. What
Correct.
we know for now is that Hero and Harley, who have come together for this initiative or this partnership, they're already planning 100 premium dealerships by first half of 2024.
Correct.
And by the time delivery start of this motorcycle, it's going to be the first week of September, mid-September. So Harley's got about 6 odd months to start selling motorcycles, the X440. From their current 13 dealerships, but as bookings start rolling in, as the premium dealerships start opening up, is when you will see these motorcycles, the premium motorcycles from Hero and Harley pop up in these premium showrooms as well.
Because it's not only this Harley which is going to be there, there's also going to be the Charisma which will be there. There's also going to be a Hero bike on this sort of very same platform.
Yes.
Not the X-Pulse,
Yeah.
but another bike. And obviously Vida as well, which is going to be sold through this thing. So summing up, Harley has made a good initial impression?
100%.
How can they follow it up and keep this wave going?
By giving us more motorcycles. I think that's the correct way to go.
First, give us this bike for a proper road test. Okay,
Yeah,
because you
absolutely.
know, you guys want to see a comparison. And I know that because you've been spamming both of our Instas as well as Power Drift and ZigWheels Instas with how is it like against the classic
and
or
even
speed
the 400, yeah.
tomorrow.
Even the CB350 RS for that matter. So lots of motorcycles that you guys can
Yeah.
obviously get
Yeah.
comparisons done with. And,
So what would you like us to cover? Do let us know in the comments below. Varun will try to address it in Power Drift's video. I'll try to address it in ZigWheels video. And if you like this format, do drop a like, share it with your friends, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon, and I think we need sleep now.
Yeah, it's been a long day. But it's been a good day. That's all that
Bye.
matters.